The Barricade Extreme Heavy Duty Brush Guard in black, fitting all 15 to 18 F-150s excluding Raptor, is awesome for the F-150 owner that's looking to add some serious full width protection and off-road styling to the front end of their truck for an extremely reasonable price. This is the perfect addition to protect your truck from the unexpected bruise, whether you're on your commute, at the worksite, or doing some off-roading. This is for someone who's looking to go with the full width 100% protection rather than something smaller like a push bar or a bull bar. Also, this mesh insert right here can help protect your radiator or intercooler from a stray rock or stick, something that might poke a hole in it, and save you from a fix out on the trail. It's also manufactured out of a heavy-duty 2-inch thick tubular stainless steel, sealed in a gloss black powder coat finish. Now, the great thing about stainless is you can be sure this brush guard is going to hold up to any exposure to the elements, and then it's sealed in a thick black powder coat finish that not only offers double protection, but as you can see, really complements the blackout look on our 15 F-150. At around $500, this brush guard is going to be a steal relative to some other brush guards out there that are stainless steel and full width. They can hover between the $600 and $900 range, and for $500, this is a really great return on investment. Included in that price is also Barricade's 3-year manufacturer's warranty. Before we move on to the install, I just wanted to make a quick note. This brush guard isn't intended to be used with any front collision detection system or automatic cruise control. Install for this brush guard is going to be fairly simple. I'm going to give it a 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Should take you an hour or two with basic hand tools. What we're going to be doing is effectively replacing our tow hooks with the new brush guard mounts. If your truck didn't come with factory tow hooks, you will have to do some cutting to the lower section of the front bumper to allow you to access those frame rails. But after that, it's going to be a straight bolt-on using all factory mounting holes. With that being said, let me show you how to get this installed on your truck. Tools required for this install include a 1/2-inch drive impact, 3/8 drive impact, 3/8 U-joint, 17mm wrench, 13mm wrench, 19mm socket, 21mm socket, 18mm socket, 17mm socket, 13mm deep socket, 13mm socket, and optional is a trim panel removal tool or a flathead screwdriver. So first things first, we got to get our factory bumper out of the way. We're going to start by unclipping our fog lights, and there's a 19mm nut on the back side we have to undo. To undo the fog light, you're going to pull down from the top here, and the harness should come right out. Then we're going to move over and do the same thing for the passenger side. Next, I'm going to use a plastic trim panel removal tool to remove this trim panel here. That's going to allow us access to the rest of the bolts holding the bumper on. Next, we're going to remove the 4 21mm nuts holding the bumper on. Now for our last nut here, that is the last thing holding this bumper on, so you want to make sure you have it supported. Maybe have a friend help you because this bumper is going to fall off. With the front bumper off, that allows us access to the back of it, which is where we'll be mounting these mounting brackets using a 13mm bolt, nut, and lock washer all supplied in the kit. And you can see out of these 3, we're going to go for the middle one. And it's going to be the same thing for the other side. And that is going to be it for the installation of our upper brackets. Now for the lower brackets, they are going to be held in place in our frame rail using these nut plates. Now with our bumper on, that could be pretty hard to reach, so I'm just going to put that in place and run a bolt through it to hold it in place for the time being. With everything in place, good to go, we can remount our front bumper. Next, we're gonna move on to the lower mounting brackets. These are gonna mount right to the frame rail using the nut plate and bolt that we installed earlier. Now, if you don't have factory tow hooks, you will have to make a couple cuts to your lower bumper here to allow you to get at that frame rail. Thankfully, we do, so this should bolt straight on. So first, I'm just gonna unscrew the bolt I had in there earlier to secure our nut plate. As you can see, that frame rail opening would be pretty hard to get at otherwise if we didn't do that. Next, I'm just going to put a lock washer and a washer over that. Then we can grab our mounting bracket. And screw it in place. Same thing goes for the rear, and we'll do the same for the other side. Now, as with everything, you want to leave a little bit of wiggle room until the very end, then we'll come back and tighten all these down. That gives us a little bit of adjustment to where our brush guard is going to sit. And we're just gonna take an 18mm socket and just snug these down a little bit more. With your lower brackets in place, you're pretty much all good to go. The next and probably hardest step, we're gonna lift this up, hold it in place, and run a bolt through there to get it seated. Now, I enlisted my buddy Travis to help me out with this. I recommend you enlist a friend as well, because this thing is pretty heavy duty. With the help of a friend, you should have been able to get a bolt through that top mounting bracket. We're just going to put some bolts in the lowers as well, surrounded by a couple washers. With all the hardware in place, you can adjust this brush guard to exactly where you want it and then snug all of it down. We're going to start with this 13mm bolt up top and then move down to the 217s on the bottom. And the very last step, you're gonna snug the two 18mm bolts holding the lower mounting brackets to the frame rail. That is gonna do it for my review and install of the Barricade Extreme Heavy Duty Brush Guard in black, fitting all 15 to 18 F150s, excluding Raptors. Thank you for watching. I'm Joe, and for all things F150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.